So we're in our series about lesser contingencies in a contract to purchase. This is part 4. We're going to talk about property maintenance. We've already talked about insurance. We've already talked about utilities. We've already talked about intent to proceed. And here we are at property maintenance. So in Greater Cincinnati, the seller is expected to maintain the property in the current condition as of the time the buyer wrote the offer. Through closing, it is supposed to be in that condition or better. So a lot of times I'll see sellers who think they get to stop mowing the grass or they get to stop cleaning the house. They think that they can stop doing certain things, but really, unless otherwise agreed upon, unless otherwise negotiated in the contract, the seller is really expected to make sure that that property is in the same condition or better as when the buyer saw it at the time of the offer. So if repairs need to be made, of course, the properties should be in better condition at that time, not worse. But you got to maintain it. You got to clean it. You got to mow the lawn. You got to keep things going, even if the property's sold as is. And I have a lot of sellers who think, well, I'm selling as is. It doesn't matter if things break or if I stop taking care of it. That is not true. Even if it's sold as is, people are still expecting it to look the way that it did when they wrote the offer or better. So just keep this in mind, and it's really serious because the buyers have a right to do a walkthrough 24 to 48 hours prior to closing to make sure that that property is still in the shape that they expect. And buyers never skip out on that. Make sure that you do your final walkthrough. So just keep that in mind that as a seller, you are expected to maintain that property in its current condition or better until the day of closing. And the buyers, if it's not satisfactory to them, will say something about it. They should. So just make sure that that is done and we will be in good shape for closing. If you have questions about this topic or any other real estate related topic, you can reach out to me by phone, text, email, or private message. And if you're watching on YouTube, click subscribe. Thanks. Bye.